If you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Neeciiw here and I'm back with a new video. Happy Friday. And guys, I only need 5 more. Yes, I've got 5 on it. I only need 5 more subscribers to hit my 1K goal. So if you're new here, subscribe to your girl and make sure you're liking and sharing up my videos. But yes, guys, for today's video, a woman has gone on a podcast and said that Black Americans are dirty. And it's just like, why? Like literally absolutely no one asked for this, and she didn't even sit down fully before she said that. She rocked up to the studio ready to sit down with a drink, and she's just like, "Are you dirty Black American?" And it's just like, "Wait, what?" Not the main host being African American himself, so he checked her, and rightfully so. But yes, guys, this is nuts. I'm gonna roll this clip, and I will be back with my commentary.
Who? As far as I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you
American?
say?
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are.
Yeah, guys, he just heard that. Yeah, so she said a dirty Black American, and I was like, dirty African American. But you get the point. You knew what she meant, and I just love how he checked her, and she's like, "What? You heard? Yes, everybody in that studio heard that. Like, are you crazy?" Listen, I remember in college, yeah, one girl tried it, and I feel like she was coming for my people. So she was like, "Ah, people with locks are dirty." I was just like, Holla." I was just like, "What?" At this time, my mum has locks. Her sisters have locks. I've got people in my, you know what I mean? Hello, Rastafarian. That comes from Jamaica. So I checked her and she was like, no. I wasn't speaking on your mum. I was just speaking on people that I know, like, they don't wash their locks. They're dirty. I was just like, talk about those people. Don't group a whole lot of people and be like, they're dirty. You know what I mean? Like, are you crazy? So I love the fact that my man checked her. And again, that's just a short clip. I couldn't find the longer version, but I love it, and rightfully so. African Americans are dragging the hell out of her. So yes, guys, let's get into some people's reactions.
As far as I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Here we go.
What?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you say?
American? Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty Black American.
Girl,
She just said that?
I did. A dirty Black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
Just chill out on that dirty Black American comment. That's all.
I'm sorry.
see?
You really took offense to that.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
swear
think
we
Anybody would
start.
take offense to that.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
They swear
I
we
didn't-
started
I didn't.
this.
Why you said that? Though? Why you? I'm saying, why would you even fix your lips and say that? Though I'm confused.
Because that's just my experience. Like,
But it's us though. See, now that Haitian with the Dean Bull, the Deacon Bull nose got up there and said dirty Black Americans. That's just what y'all are. First of all, you're sitting in America, looking like a Black American, talking like a Black American, or like Sadiddy acting like you're better than somebody. And when we say stuff back, then y'all say we're xenophobic. When we simply just started matching energy, it's a problem. They've literally been popping it about us like this in the same way for decades, and we've never said anything to these people. I've seen multiple podcasts of these people getting up here saying, like, disparaging us, talking down on us, just talking shit, really popping it. And I gotta give a disclaimer because I know Haitian people that I love. People be getting offended because I choose to use my voice and my platform to shine a light on this, because I feel like we need to know who is who. We need to stop blindly supporting these people, patronizing their businesses, turning them up, because like a lot of these Caribbeans, not all, but some of them, they look, act, talk, walk just like us, and they be promoting stuff to us, and we really do support them under the guise of Black-owned business and Black-owned this and that, just like the Jamaican girl with the cookie wash. Talking mad crazy about us. Unprovoked. That was unprovoked. She want to get up here and talk about how black Americans is dirty. Let me show y'all what the hell is going on in Haiti right now. Haiti is facing a severe multifaceted waste management crisis with only about 12% of the estimated 6,380 tons of daily waste collected. Underfunded, insufficient services, and limited landfill infrastructure forces residents to dump trash in the streets and waterways, causing severe health hazards like diarrhea and respiratory illness. Now, this is very sad. Me pointing out these things that's going on in Haiti is not me trying to even talk down on the people in Haiti. I feel bad about this. This doesn't make me feel good. But I'm going to show y'all some pictures. Hold up. Now, look, I just grabbed these off of Google. This is what it looks like in Haiti. And she's calling black Americans dirty. Dirty black Americans, yet this is what your homeland that y'all fled from looks like. And they're about to end that TPS status. Well, actually, no, they're not about to end it. It ended on February 3rd. This is what you got to, you go back home. Talking about we dirty, go back. Now, like I said, I have people that I love that's Caribbean. I love some African people. I love some pale-faced people. There's a lot of good whites out there too. Don't get me wrong. But we are not just going to sit back and continuously allow y'all to disrespect us, denigrate us, talk about us, and talk down on us like you're better, especially when your homelands literally is a waste. It's just... I just be, oh God, like I'm not doing this out of hate because I know people be saying, oh, you're so hateful. But why do we always have to take the high road and turn the other cheek? That was mad disrespectful for her to say. Took my, that's my experience. So go home. Go home and help to clean up Haiti since it's so dirty here. Since we're so dirty. With your dick and balls, nose, head, ass. Anyways, what y'all think about this? Spread love is the Brooklyn way. We don't make this up. Y'all love to get on these goddamn... When I do my live streams or when I be seeing other panels, y'all love to make it seem like we just xenophobic and we just starting with y'all and we just got all of this hate and hate for immigrants. That's not true. That has never been the case. We've always loved and supported y'all. You see, she's on a Black American podcast right now, getting some clout, getting some shine. They probably paid her. I don't know. But whatever it is that she's doing, she would get to promote her little whatever. And she gets up there immediately disrespecting them and disrespecting their culture. And then I seen another part, like I kept watching it while I was letting it play because I was doing something else. I was listening. And somebody was like, oh, I know we need people with culture. We need people with some culture. Saying, once again, insinuating Black Americans have no culture. Yeah, you sit up there looking, walking, talking, and acting just like a Black American. Bye, y'all. It gets to a point.
No one, absolutely no one. Here comes this Haitian woman. Black Americans are dirty. Like she stated, it was uncalled for. Like she didn't even sit down properly, and she was like, "Dirty Black Americans." And you see how fast she said it because she wanted it to go over their head. And the guy clocked it. He was like, "What did you just say?" And she's like, "You heard? Yes, not just him. People in the whole studio heard what you said." I agree with her. Like, why can't we love on one another? Like, and again, like she said, this whole diaspora war, you only get mad with the Black Americans when they show you the same energy. Now, you know, there's a running joke when it comes to the Zols. Shout out to the Zols, first of all. When it comes to Haitians, yeah, you know, the whole voodoo, these eat cats, these, you know, chickens and whatever. There's always a running joke. Same with Jamaicans, you know, Shatters, big up the Shatters film. Like, there's a, like, every Caribbean, like, island's got a stereotype in it. You know, you have the Dominicans, I'm not black, I'm Dominican, you know what I mean? Mexicans, the stereotypes for every country, but when people from like other diasporas talk on Black Americans, it's always like he's got no culture, he's just gangbang, 304s, like it's just all the negative. And obviously that is push, you know, if you go to Jamaica, if you go somewhere in Africa, yeah, they're seeing the worst of the worst when it comes to TV, vice versa. You know what I mean? Shout out to I Show Speed. He did his tour of the continent and he can't believe how good Africa is because he said when he used to watch TV, it's just huts begging for money, the poor, you know what I mean? It's that stereotype. Again, everyone has a stereotype. But like she said, you're on an American podcast. I'm guessing she lives in America. If they're so dirty, go back home. It's like when people over here complain, go back home. You know what I mean? Nowhere's perfect. I go to Jamaica as much as possible. I try and spend like a month out there or 2 months max. But after that 2 months, I'm ready to come home. My home is the UK, but my culture is Jamaican. You know what I mean? My culture is Jamaican, and you know what I mean. I'm fine with that. Again, I say I've got the best of both worlds. So, like she said, okay, if America's so dead, go back home. And she pulled up images of Haiti. Haiti right now, they're going through it. So is Cuba. Shout out to my Cubans. They're going through it since Trump took the oil from Venezuela. Like they're going through it. Shout out to Putin. Putin's trying to get oil over to Cuba. But no country's perfect. You know, go to Brazil, they've got their really poor part. Like everyone, you know what I mean? Everyone goes through it. Like even the UK, they won't show that part on TV, but yo, you can go to certain areas in the UK and it's given third world countries, it's given slums. Well, I agree with her. You ain't gonna project all this negative on Black Americans and be in America and be on an American podcast. Are you crazy? Why are you not on a Haitian podcast? Why are you not with your hate? You know what I mean? Why are you not with other Zoes? Like, make it make sense. And with the whole, Black Americans have got no culture. Like, what are you talking about? Like, the host on that podcast, he was just like, we are the blueprint, which they are. Like, doesn't matter what country you come from, if it's from the UK, Jamaica, the Caribbean, everyone tries to put on this American accent, the aesthetic. It's American, Black American at that. Shit, even white Americans try and, you know what I mean, sometimes be like Black Americans. So for her to be like, they've got no culture, it's like, wait, what? Shout out to my Black Americans. I feel for you guys because from like when slavery was abolished, then obviously came the whole Jim Crow, then came, the whole civil rights. Like they've never got a break. So now that things are kind of okay, now you've gone from fighting against white people or Asians to now, because you had the whole LA riots in '92. Now it's diaspora wars in 2005, 2026. Like it's really annoying. It's just like it doesn't matter if you're from the Caribbean, America, the UK. Like this is just where we all got dropped off. You know what I mean? But we've all been through heinous acts, and some worse than others. Like the worst place to be in was the Caribbean and Brazil. That's why outside of Africa, Brazil have the most Africans or the most black people. Not saying African Americans didn't have it hard, but there were some places worse than others. You know what I mean? Like the UK, even the UK wasn't that bad compared to America. But the whole slavery trade, being in the Caribbean, like that wasn't a good place to be. You've been to the Caribbean, you already know how hot it is. I know in the South it's hot, but Caribbean heat hits different. Just like African heat, it hits different. But shout out to her, and I agree with everything she said. Like, there's good white people out there, good Haitians, good Jamaicans, but you have that bad apple, that bad fruit that's just trying to ruin it for everyone. And I love shout out to the Zoes, the real ones. They were like, we don't know this woman. Like, she might say she's Haitian, but we don't claim her. I love that. As soon as I see a Jamaican doing a mod, we're not claiming that person. Yeah, they're Jamaican, but they're Jamaican by default, okay?
It wasn't until 2025 that I actually realized that other people in the diaspora actually have like major issues with us as far as being an indigenous American. They hate us. But it was about 10 years ago when I saw a news reporting. And the news reporting was in Haiti, based in Haiti. And it was a news reporter talking about how in Haiti they were eating dirt cookies.
Did you know there's a country where poverty is so extreme that people actually eat mud cookies just to fill their stomachs? It may sound unbelievable. How can anyone eat dirt? But
No, for real, literal dirt pies and literal dirt cookies. And they even showed them making the dirt cookies and the dirt pies. I remember forcing my kids to eat all of their food because there are people that eat dirt cookies and dirt pies, and they should be grateful that they don't have to eat dirt. So you'll understand my amazement and my dismay when I saw a Haitian girl sit on an American podcast and use the phrase, a dirty Black American. So damn, another one of the immigrants or foreigners are showing that they actually have hatred towards Black Americans. Fuck that, they showing they ass while looking, sounding, acting just like us and not downright refusing to go the fuck back home. I'm sure you can understand my confusion at that. You know, the hatred that we've been getting from these other groups of people, like I said, I didn't know nothing about none of this until 2025. So when I hear some of them say things like Black Americans hate us, it's just totally not the truth. Y'all are literally coming over here and starting issues with us. I mean, showing y'all ass. Because of what? Only reason I can see, only thing I can fathom is jealousy. Because we're indigenous, we're from here, and we are going to be able to reap the benefits of the soil. That's the only thing I can see. That's the same reason quiet is kept why white people hate us too. Because they know that they came over here and they stole the land and they forced us to be prisoners of war, realized that they wouldn't be able to keep us down, and they constantly see that we will not remain under their thumb. Black Americans, keep doing what you're doing. We gonna keep moving forward. Delineation, absolutely, because these people have no love for us. They hate us, and we have welcomed them into our home, and they're literally biting the hand that fed them. Okay, keep on. Now let's say a little prayer. To all the different nations, we send you peace, and we send you peacefully back to your homes. You are not obligated to stay here with us, and therefore we send you back home. We do not keep you in a place that you do not want to be in. We do not want to keep you away from the family and the people that you love so much and so dearly. We send you back gracefully and peacefully. We remove all energies that have no good energy for us. We remove all energies that have negative feelings, negative moods, negative thoughts, and negative prayers about us. We send you back where you come from. It's okay. It'll be better for you to go back to your home because that's where you would rather be, because you do not appreciate what we have done to make life more comfortable for all. So we call on the spirits of our ancestors on this land to help make your journey back home more peaceful and more easy for you. We do shield and protect those who have love in their hearts for us and who have only good things in their hearts and their minds for us. We protect you from all harm that this may cause. And for the indigenous Black American diaspora, we call upon all of our tribes, all of our ancestral tribes, to keep us shielded from the hatred that is being spewed at us from all directions. Keep us, guide our steps forward as we journey along to delineation, to reclaiming our titles, our rights, and our lands. Ashe.
Yeah, shout out to her. She made some good points. That whole mud cookies, that is so sad. But again, you've got to do what you've got to do to survive and, to see another day. But one thing I agree with her, I'm the same in my household. I'm like, listen, we don't waste food. Like, I try and install in my kids, eat that up because, next week you might be more hungry. You know what I mean? So I try and install that. And obviously, again, around the world, there's people starving who are fighting for just clean water that we can just literally walk to our kitchen, our bathroom, and just switch on the tap and run. And also, when she said it's giving jealousy, I agree. Even myself, as a British Jamaican girlie, when I go back to Jamaica, they're like, you're a foreigner, you're British. And it's just like, and then obviously when I'm here, the whites be like, you're not British, you're not English, whatever, go back home, you are what your parents are. So when I go back to my parents' country, why are they telling me I'm not Jamaican? Like, make it make sense. So, like she said, because they're indigenous to the land of America, it's giving hatred because you'll never be able to get, like she said, reaping the benefits and whatever. So, it's giving jealousy. Someone doing research for this video, someone said, yeah, for us Jamaicans, they only hate us or call us foreigners because they would love to be in our shoes. Again, I've got the best of both worlds. I've got the English culture. I've got, growing up in England. And when I go back home, I've got my parents' culture. You know what I mean? I've got Jamaica. Now, with this, yeah, sometimes, you know how African Americans, they hate when people say, oh, Black Americans have got no culture. Sometimes they do it to us, Black Britannians. They like to throw stones and be like, oh, you ain't got no culture. I'm gonna put this picture up. I love this picture. Jamaicans have been over here even before Windrush. A lot of them even fought in the First World War. That's what I mean. I feel like with all this diaspora, a lot of people need to do their history. But obviously, with this picture, you got the corner there, you've got like the steel pans, you've got carnival. Obviously, that's a West Indies thing, but it's definitely big. It's like half Jamaican, half Trinidad and Tobago. If you go South London, I can only speak on South. I've got family in East and other areas, but if you go South London, you will have Asian guys, white guys saying Wagwan. Like Wagwan is a greeting term from Jamaica, you know what I mean, from the Caribbean. Like the language down there is completely different. Even from Manchester, you won't get white people up here saying, but go to London, it's heavily influenced by the West Indies. So even when they're like, oh, you've got no culture. Yeah, we've bought, you know what I mean, with the Windrush, they didn't get off the ship and leave their culture back in the West Indies. They got off and they bought their culture to the UK. You know what I mean? So it is annoying when people are like, oh, you've got no culture. And it's just like, you know what I mean? We do have culture and it's intertwining. People have got into interracial relationships, had biracial kids, you know what I mean? So again, they've got the best of both worlds. If they're half Irish, Irish have got their culture, St. Paddy's Day and all that. And then obviously if you're half Jamaican, you've got, from the bashment to the reggae to the maroons, you know what I mean? Just doing your history. And again, you have carnival, the food alone, the language, the Jamaican patois. So yeah, for people, it's given for real. It's given jealousy. Sometimes people can't fully get their stay if they're from, let's say, Haiti. They can only have like a work visa and things like that. So they've got some sort of hatred. You know what I mean? To Black Americans because it's just like, oh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're from the Western, you've got, I guess, quote unquote, that good life. Because again, the pictures, the images, the dirt cookies, like Haiti's going through, and they've been going through it. So I agree with her. When people say stuff like that, like, oh, you're foreigner, you're not Jamaican, it's giving hatred because any chance someone gave you a ticket to come to the UK, you would take that opportunity or to go to America or go to Canada. Like even my cousin, he's trying to come over and just simple stuff like seeing snow, like you know what I mean? When people, I remember with my ex, when his cousin came from Nigeria, she's never seen snow in her life. She's never had to walk in snow, touch snow. And when I say she was amazed, and it's things like that that I guess I take as granted because I see snow every year. So it's nothing to me. But there's some people around the world that have never experienced snow, I guess maybe thunderstorms. Like it's just crazy. So this is what I mean. Like traveling, it really is a luxury.
Why? Who? That's why I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what you say?
American? Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said.
There is a reason that I consider the word ally to be a slur. There's a reason for it. That's the reason. That's the reason. We, and by we I mean black folks in America, have absolutely no allies at all. Some of you who have all of this concept or thought process about what it is to be black in America, you motherfuckers wouldn't make it through a week. A week living as a black person in America. And I'm talking about a black person born and raised here. And it's funny, I don't even really have to say that because of how many people who share the same amount of melanin yet run their motherfucking asses off from ever being called black. We understand from conception, we have no allies. None. From the skeet to the grave, we know that no matter what our troubles are, no matter what our grievances are, no matter what our dreams, our aspirations, no matter what desires we have, they will never be accepted, not just in American society, but worldwide. Never. Our worst aspects are always the first thing everyone goes to. Even though there's not a demographic, there's not a religious institution, there's not a religious identity, there isn't an ethnicity, there isn't a sex or sexual orientation that does not have those exact same worst aspects. And we get it from everywhere. You want to know why black men and black women are always arguing and fighting, or it looks like we're always arguing and fighting, what you guys like to call ratchet and ghetto? Do you know what that is? That is generations of being told that no matter what you do, you ain't shit. Of course we take it out on each other. The fuck did you think we were going to do? We can't take it out on anybody else, now can we? I saw a video yesterday where a guy said, when a white man is angry, he's got the world on his shoulders, and we need to think about this. When a white woman is angry and tears flow, everything must stop because she's crying. When a Latino man or a Latino woman are angry, oh, it's passion, it's this fiery thing. When black folks are angry, we have to be silent. Because an angry black man gets the cops called on him, no matter what he's angry about. An angry black woman now has to walk around with a stereotype. And the fucked up thing about both of those instances is there can be one angry black man or one angry black woman, and 13% of the population have to pay for it. And we have no allies. Because much like what they do when we die, first they kill the body, then they kill the reputation, to a lot of marginalized groups, to a lot of Caucasian people, it's not worth their reputation to stand up for us. It just isn't. It is not. Can you imagine seeing an injustice done to a black man and then arguing it or arguing against what happened to him to your family? You think you're gonna risk grandma's recipe for apple pie or your dad's fishing stories to stand up for some black guy because your father called him a nigger? Are you out of your mind? Fuck no. It is part of the welcome package to the United States. This is our flag. This is our bird. This is the national anthem. Hate them niggas over there. No matter what they do, please remember 1350, 1350. No matter if you see poverty amongst other communities, it's black folks that want your TANF and your welfare because we don't want to work. We're lazy. And don't worry about it. If we can't get it from your TANF and WIC and welfare, we'll fucking steal it from you. Every black man wants to rape a white woman. Ain't you? Didn't you know? Did you not know that? Oh, and when you see the ones with white wives, they're sellouts. They just want to be white. That's all it is. And then there's some black guys that will fucking prove that point. They're murderers, thugs, criminals. Just say nigga. Just say nigga. That's what you want to say. We're good with the sports, with the touchdown, with the football, with the basketball for the three-pointer. But let us talk about politics. Shut up and dribble, nigger. And nobody cares. They don't. They don't. We're told, get in this fight because it could be you next. It's always been us. We are a staple on the menu. Just remember, ICE is acting like law enforcement, and law enforcement's whole fucking starting point, slave catchers. But hey, why don't you want to be involved in this? For what? So that your racism can come out later on? No, we good. We good. There isn't a quarter or a quadrant in society, fuck American society, in society, where we are not at, and then we are not welcomed, and we are told what our place is. And then when we do invent shit, oh, well, anybody could do it. Hip hop doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But you wouldn't have rock and roll if it wasn't for Sister Rosetta Tharpe. So, there's that. And we get it from everywhere. Everywhere. You wonder why we're hyper masculine. You wonder why we are really pushed off, like, I'm not going to no work functions. I don't want to. No. You wonder why? Who would want to live like that? Who would want to live like that? Since y'all love white people telling you shit, remember when Jane Elliott said, if you would like to be treated like black people are treated in America, raise your hand or stand up. And nobody stood up? It's exactly what she said. You know you don't want it. You know you don't want it for your family. Explain to me why you are willing to accept it happening to others. It's because we have no allies at all. Some of you will never understand it. Some of you will make fun of it. Don't worry about it. We're fucking used to it anyway.
You call me evil, but unfortunately for you, I'm a necessary evil.
Oh, shout out to that man. That sums up America as a whole. Like, when he quoted the whole Jane Elliott, stand up or put your hands up in the room if you would like to be treated as a black American. And not, obviously, no one's gonna stand up. And people get it twisted. Like me, I love being black. If God was like, yo, in the next lifetime, what do you want to come back at? Black. As much as what we go through and everything he's just stated there, I love being a black woman, as hard as it is. But yeah, like, even people know, Asians know, white people know, Hispanics, like, the treatments that black get, especially black Americans, it's the worst of the worst. Like, we're hated worldwide. And then again, this is why I say colorism and featureism is dangerous more than racism. Because you have this black Haitian woman on an American podcast or a black American podcast, and she's like, dirty black Americans, like, then you get it from your own people. So it's like, what, just constant, like he said, the reason why a lot of black women have to be masculine, or we fight amongst one another. Because if it's not the white people or the Asians, then it's our own. Like he said, who else are we going to take it out on? We're not going to run up and hit a white man, are we? It's a lot. But you know what I'd agree with? Like, when he first opened his discussion or his opinion, when he was like, you couldn't walk a mile in their shoes or spend one day as a black American. I agree with that. Facts. Like, even him though, I think it works the other way around. I don't think he could go Haiti for a week or walk in the shoes of a Haitian person, Jamaican, you know what I mean? Because again, the Caribbean's different from the Western, from America, from the UK, from Brazil. You know what I mean? Like, we're all struggling, we're all out here. Again, being black, we're hated worldwide. And just the fact that this is all going down while it's Black History Month in America, you know what I mean? You had Trump putting out that disgusting video of the Obamas. You had the racist slur at the BAFTAs, and now you've got some Haitian, I'm guessing she's Haitian American woman, saying that, calling Black Americans dirty people. Like what's really going on? Like, you know, when you already know that you're hated. Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, and that's why when we have the wins, you know what I mean, we have to turn up, we have to celebrate. And I love that he spoke on when like people in sports try and speak up and like, shut up, nigga, and just dribble the ball. Like, they don't want you to be in politics. They don't want you to think out the box. They just want to keep you, you know what I mean? We all saw what happened to Colin Kaepernick, and he's biracial, but he took a stand because a lot of innocent, unarmed black boys and men were just getting unalived. Like, it was a crazy time. And I seen a quote from him the other day. He put out a statement. Someone asked, "Do you regret taking the knee?" And he's like, "Nah." And what hurt me with that is that there were black players around him who were refusing to take the knee with him. And yeah, he pretty much lost everything, didn't he? He didn't lose our respect though. He's got bare love from the black community, even over here in the UK. Brother Malcolm, he said it. You know what I mean? We see how Nick is moving with the Trump administration. Like, they'll use, you know, black people who are rappers, singers, you know, with a big following to try and persuade the black community. It's heartbreaking. Like, him preaching was actually bringing tears to my eyes. It's just like, when you deep what black people, but especially African Americans, go through, it's a lot. I have family over there. They're always like, come over, come over. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm scared of your country. I'm not gonna lie. And like he said, if you was to be a black American just for a day, born and raised, you wouldn't be able to cope. I agree with that. There's reasons like that I will not go to America. Like, it just, the way they treat black people. And if you look at history, just with the whole Emmett Till, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, like, it's too much. It's too much. Sandra Bland, I can't remember the other, can't remember her name slipped me, but it just gets too much. Just the whole George Floyd. I seen a picture the other day of his daughter. She's in high school now. She's getting bullied because obviously people worldwide know how her dad was brutally unalived. Like, it's, when I say it's too much, it's too much. So until Trump finishes his term in the White House, we see who we get next. I'm not coming to America. Like, it's just too much. But shout out to him, and I agree with everything he said.
That Haitian woman that went on that Black American podcast, surrounded by Black Americans, and then completely unprovoked started calling them dirty Black Americans, is why there's being such a push for delineation, especially in the last few years. And you know, for me, I don't really do like the diaspora wars. I don't. But I've always had the understanding that not all skin folk is kinfolk. And I've always had the mindset, you know, I root for everyone that is black that would also root for everyone black. So if you're not rooting for me because I'm Black American, you know, I ain't got to root for you. But I always want black people to be on top. And it's so weird because as she was sitting there, she was dressed as a typical Black American. She wasn't dressed in what they wear in Haiti. She wasn't dressed by whatever a Haitian or traditional Haitian would wear. And I think that's really interesting that you come to America, you dress like us, you look like us, you walk like us, you even have an accent like us, but you can't stand us. Mind you, she has a business in the Bronx doing brows. But why wouldn't you do that in Haiti? We're so dirty. We're so this. And it's a weird, because in the diaspora, there's this weird idea, you know, or this weird, not even idea, this misunderstanding that Black Americans don't know where they're from, or they have no, you know, culture. And it's weird because they consume it. America's biggest export is Black culture, but it's through the lens of white Hollywood. And for me, you know, I watch a lot of K-dramas, I watch a lot of C-dramas. I would never, ever watch, you know, K-dramas, C-dramas, and then go to Korea, and then go to China, and then say, you know what, let me speak on y'all's politics, let me speak on your culture. I would never do that. And yet within the diaspora, that's what constantly happens. They see this usually a white lens of Black American culture,
and then they speak, and then they come here, and then they look around, they say, oh, there's all these programs, there's all these this, I don't understand why you can't get ahead. Meanwhile, the programs that you're utilizing was made and given on the sweat, the tears, the blood, and even the lives of Black Americans, the very people that you claim to hate, the very people that you have no problem, you know, like, we're constantly having this conversation. It's tiring.
Shout out to her, and I agree. Like at this point, it's draining. Like I'm tired again, even with the BAFTAs, me being a Black British girl. You know how embarrassing? Like I just feel it for Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. Like, and now everyone's reacting to it, and now this again, there's a divide. It's heartbreaking, and obviously Delroy Lindo, he was born in the UK. I think he went to America when he was like 11, 12. So you know, his early childhood was over here, and his America immigrated to America. I'm not saying America's perfect, but there's mad racism over here. Like the fact that they couldn't even go to an award and present the award to, you know what I mean? I think it was for Avatar that won that award. They're dealing with racial slurs. Like, we're tired. Like, can we just go somewhere and not have to deal with the BS? And like she said, listen, not all skin folk are king folk. Like, I know that's a saying within America for other Americans. But now with this whole diaspora, someone can come, move in or live in America and they hate you. And it's just like, then go back to your home country. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, what? Like she said, if you're into K-pop, watch anime. You can't watch that and then go to Korea or go to China and then go over there. Like, I don't like how you do stuff in China. Go home. Like, what? Make it make sense. And like she said, yeah, for people from the Caribbean, even from the UK, wherever, yeah, Africa, for you to go and like set up shop in America, move there, get your stay, that's off the back, the sweat, the unalivings of the indigenous Black Americans. Let's just say, you know, they abolished slavery again, then came Jim Crow. Imagine during Jim Crow, they gave up. All right, they didn't give up. Then came the civil rights, you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm. Imagine they gave up and never kept on fighting. You wouldn't be able to vote. You wouldn't be able to live there. You wouldn't be able to work. Like, like what are we doing here? Like, it's really frustrating. And people come over there, look like them, and have the cheek to turn around and be like, you ain't got no culture. Just like Haitians won their country from the French or took it back from the French, Black Americans got things put in place, got bills passed because of the blood, sweat, and tears of them. Again, I can get a visa and go to America. If they were still in the Jim Crow era or civil rights, that wouldn't be able to happen. Again, at one point, Black people couldn't vote. And even when you were trying to vote, they were getting unalived. At one point, it was very segregated, you know, whites only, colored. That's gone now. Like, if it wasn't for them, that would still be in place. Like, what are we doing here? So I agree with her. Like, I'm like her, because I'm British Jamaican, I try not to get in the dispatch, but wrong is wrong, you know what I mean? I'm not going to stick up for Jamaican just because they're Jamaican, because again, not all skin folk are kin folk.
I'm happy that Haitian lady getting dragged for saying dirty Black Americans, but at the same time, I'm a little upset that she was even provided a platform to say that and that it was aired, because now there's this, like, it seems like there's a war going on now. Now it's created this division. Now I'm seeing Black Americans arguing with Haitians. Haitian Americans are coming into it. Caribbean people in general are being generalized now. And I hate that for us. I hate that for anybody that has color to their skin. It's kind of just nerve-wracking and retrogressive. All of Haiti does not look like the trenches. But now you got a lot of people gunning for her and saying whatever the fuck they want because she tried to call us dirty when she's over here looking like us, talking like us, walking like us. I'm happy she getting tore up, but y'all don't have to tear up the entire Caribbean. You don't have to tear up the entire island. Like, this is so bad. This is so fucking bad. But I cannot say that it's not karma being dished back to her because she tried to diss an entire culture that she's not a part of.
Yeah, I agree with her. I feel like with a lot of these podcasts, people need to start, like, I don't know, facts checking when they bring on guests, because what are we doing here? But I feel like with the podcast, they knew what they were doing also. Like it wasn't live, just like the BAFTAs wasn't live. So the Dutte BBC, they knew what they were doing, not bleeping it out, not editing it out. Like they knew what they were doing, but they could edit out Free Palestine. Like really? Like no shade to like the whole Gaza Strip and what's going on. But when did Palestine become more inferior, more derogatory than the N word? Again, I don't know if it's because obviously a lot of rappers use the N word in rap, so it's kind of like, hmm. But listen, there's been more people that I've heard like that was the last thing they heard before they were unalived than Free Palestine. Like, come on. So I agree with her, the fact that obviously she was even allowed to sit there. Like after that, I would have been like, kindly, I would like you to leave. Because ain't no way you're gonna talk about my ancestors, my people, and think I'm just gonna have a normal interview with you. Like, ain't no way. Someone has to leave, and I'm the host, so I ain't leaving. So I agree with that. And again, now look, there's a whole huge diaspora war. I feel sorry for people. Like, if a Black American woman's with a Haitian man, like I'm sure they're used to it by now. But it is. It's just annoying. Yeah, you show all the poor parts in Haiti, but obviously there's nice parts. Same with Jamaica. You have the ghetto, you have the gully, like, but then there's the nice areas where celebrities, athletes live. You know what I mean? Like, two things can be true at once.
Hey, real quick. Hey man, I just seen that podcast where the Haitian was talking about, are you American? Dirty black American? Bro, that shit old too. Look, check it out. When they come over here, whether they Jamaican, from the Caribbean, even if they African, they always come over here seeming as if we have like no culture. We like just straight homogenized over here. Like homogenized black people. Like we don't have anything. And it's weird to me because it's like y'all listen to hip hop. That didn't come from Haiti. That didn't come from Jamaica. That didn't come from Africa. That came from America. True enough, their roots may have been, from your country, but they grounded in America. That shit started in America. The fashion that you wear, you know what I'm saying? The way you dress, that started in America. I don't understand why they come here and they feel like black people don't have no culture. It's like, why wouldn't we have culture? Because we don't affiliate with your culture? Or maybe it's because our culture is not your culture. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me for them to come here and say shit like that. It's like, then why are you here? You know what I'm saying? If America is, I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree. It's just stupid to me. It's stupid to me for you to come here and feel like your blackness is better than our blackness because of where you come from. And if you really check your history, like really check your history, most of the black people that's in America were already there. The Atlantic slave trade did not bring all of us over here. I mean, really use your brain on that. Let's not be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Just a level of discernment sometimes. But again, quit coming over here and saying we don't have culture. Because soon as you come over here, you adapt to black culture. A lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all do. Anyway, man, I'm just ranting and raving, bro. My mom.
Yeah, shout out to him. He made some good points. And just music in general, like Black Americans have created so many genres. Obviously, the biggest one is, hip hop, rap, free, especially the freestyling. But, if you look at like blues, jazz, country music, like it all, even rock and roll, like the man mentioned before, it all stems back to slavery days from early days. You know what I mean? So for picking the cotton, singing in the, what I mean, in the field. Same with like with Jamaicans picking the sugar cane. You don't think they would have stood there and like they were singing, they were, what I mean, the whole Creole and whatever. So I agree, like make it make sense. And again, from hip hop, from the fashions, like especially growing up in the 90s, the 80s, just as hip hop was blowing up, everyone wanted to be American. Again, watching films. As a kid, I couldn't wait to go to America. It's only as an adult you learn about, the dark history, and it's like, ooh, I don't think I want to go to that country, you know what I mean? But I agree with him. So for the people that are over there and they don't like Americans or black, like, well, then leave. Like, why are you here? Like, huh? Especially like, so obviously before they said that she's like a eyebrow tech, you can't tell me all your customers are Haitians or from the Caribbean. So when a black American comes in, are they dirty? Like, again, you just group in a group of people. It's just like, but yet you've got a shop in the Bronx. Now the Bronx is mostly, it's like black Americans and Puerto Ricans. So it's just like, you have the Dominicans here and there, but it's like, so what are we doing? Like, so I agree with him. Like he said, nothing's new under the sun. Again, every couple of months is a diaspora war about something. But the way he mentioned Jamaicans, this is what I mean. Like, Jamaicans have got dragged into this because, again, if it's not Haitians versus Black American, it's a Jamaican versus, and it's just like, it's just so embarrassing. Like, it's never people from the Bahamas or Trinidad and Tobago or Barbados. It's literally always Haitians and Jamaica. Like, I don't know.
Did y'all see that clip of that Haitian lady on the podcast talking about where you from? You from America? You a dirty black American? In the comments, there's a lot of Haitians like, please don't think that we all like that. Cause we not, which could be true, like whatever. But it's for us, I feel like for black Americans, it's just us. It's a reminder that it's so many of them people that's not black American, whites, Mexicans, whatever, this list goes on, that don't like us. That even if one of your people that represent you, like, it's just the mental note, like, oh, they don't like us either. Like, if one's saying it, it's most likely a lot, so it's just a mental note for us. It's not that we mad or like, I mean, of course we're upset and mad, but it's not like we being hateful or spiteful, because at the end of the day, you just another one added to the list that don't like us. Welcome. I seen that video of the Haitian girl who called us dirty black Americans, right? It's crazy that I know for a fact that people from foreign countries have always felt like black people were. So listen, when I was in 12th grade, I moved from Georgia to Florida. Now, mind you, I moved from a very, very, very country town. No Walmart, you know what I'm saying? I was in Homerville, but I was in Valdosta. There's Walmart and stuff in Valdosta. But when you were in that part of Georgia, the only other culture that you would see is probably like a Mexican or a Chinese person, right? You don't know anything else about anything else, right? And half the time, you're not familiar with the fact that there's not only just Mexicans, there's Cubans, there's Puerto Ricans, there's Dominicans. So, you know what I'm saying? And then if you see a person that looks like they're African, you just gonna say, oh, they African. You don't think that they may be Kenyan or some other, or they may be Haitian. You just see somebody who looks like they from another country and you automatically say, oh, they African. So in where I'm from, you don't see many other cultures. So when I moved to Florida and I went to high school, my 12th grade year, I went to Inglewood High School, and they had a program called, I think it's called Neeciiw program or something, where if you don't speak English, there's a whole hall for non-speaking English students, and they give them classes to help them speak English and things like that. So I get to the school and I'm just excited because I've never seen so many different cultures. So I'm walking to class and I see these tall African kids. There's these kids that are Bosnian. There's I don't think they're German kids, but I know they were Bosnian kids because I had made a friend and her name was Nirvana. And I was one of those people who were just intrigued. And so like when I first got there and I was walking up to the African kids and I'm talking to them, somebody pulls me to the side and they was like, oh, them African kids don't like us. They don't like us. And I'm like, I've always been like, I don't give a fuck. So I'm still trying to make friends with them and talk to them. They could barely speak English, but like, when I seen all those different cultures, I was just like, oh my gosh, so when you come from where I'm from and you haven't seen this, it's almost like, so I learned how to speak Bosnian a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because my friend Nirvana, she sat in front of me and I asked a lot of questions, so I was very curious about their culture. I've always been curious about different cultures. I met some girls who were from Jerusalem. I learned that they all go to military school and things like that. Like, they learn how to fight for their country at a young age. Like, it's just so much I learned because I'm very inquisitive. But I've always heard that Africans or Haitians do not like black people. And I'm 40, and I heard that when I was in high school. So that ain't nothing new.
Yeah, shout out to her for sharing her story, and it's just like, damn. And it's mad because I watched Troy's TV. Shout out to him on YouTube. I watched his video from when, so he's from Florida, and he was speaking on how when he became a teen, when he tried to get a job, and certain places he's gone, and all they've spoken is Spanish. Again, you've got the Cubans down there, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, like it's a melting pot of people from the Caribbean, and then obviously you have little Haiti, you have the Jamaican spot, you know what I mean? So for her to be talking about all these, foreigners that have come, yeah, that's Florida for you, or Miami anyway. So yeah, but I'm like her, like even myself. So when I was in primary school, I was surrounded by a lot of Jamaican kids, and I would say a lot of Jamaican and Somalian and Pakistan. High school was like Bangladesh, Pakistan, and again Jamaicans. High school was heavily Africans. I was literally the only Jamaican girl, so we had the Nigerians, the Congolese. So you know what I mean. I got really close to them, and then university, I was with a lot of Chinese. So I'm like her. I like to know about other cultures, the languages, But even with that, again, a lot of people would turn around and be like, "Oh, is this true about Jamaicans?" You know, that stereotype. And I'm like, nah, like, don't let the films, don't let you know what I mean? I had to school them, and vice versa. They had to school me on their culture and their stereotypes. So the fact that she learned in high school, like, yo, they do not like you. Again, why are you here? Like, how can you come over with that mind frame that we ain't gonna like you? It's just mad. That's just like whites moving from here to Jamaica, and like we don't like Jamaicans. Like, wait, what? And even like because there's a big population of Chinese over there, even with that, there's a lot of race wars, and it's just like, well, if you Chinese people don't like Jamaica, you just know where to go. Like, huh? It's crazy. But shout out to her for sharing her experience.
Oh my God. To say I'm Haitian, what are you? Dirty Black American? Girl, you were already offended the moment you said you were Haitian. I don't know what has happened to you when you were younger. The moment someone asks you where you from, and then you knowing that the words Haitian is going to come out of your mouth, and maybe things were said to you right after that you immediately got defensive, like I don't know, trauma, I don't know, but that was a crazy statement. And I'm trying to think, should I apologize for that behavior? Because at the end of the day, we're not like that. People of Haiti is not like that. There is uncleanliness in every race, culture. Like, it's in everywhere. Okay, I'm so sorry for that behavior. We are not like that. Are Haitians are typical Caribbean people? Yes, there's fat phobia. Yes, there's homophobics. Yes, there's like, it's there, definitely. But I'm so sorry. I love everybody.
Shout out to her. I'm just like her. Like, I love everybody. Black people want us to win. I don't care where you come from. Bring your culture. Again, I love trying new foods, learning new languages, learning about the culture, dressing like, you know what I mean? Because that's what people are like. You look like an African American, like dress like a Haitian. You know what I mean? The typical, you know what I mean? Every culture, country's got their a typical hairstyles, attires, you know what I mean? So I agree with her. Like, nowhere on God's earth is a country's just pure clean, or the culture's just amazing. Like, no one's perfect, you know what I mean? Again, if you do your history, so again, people are digging up the bad parts of Haiti, but there's bad parts in America. Hello, Skid Row. Like, again, nowhere's perfect. You can go to Jamaica, there's gonna be a beautiful part, beautiful scenery, and if you go to the gully, it's bad. Like, you know what I mean? The dangerous areas, no go zone. So I agree with her. Like, this whole diaspora, like, can we leave this in 26 and just love on one another?
Okay.
It is. We are the culture, which means that you can't compare. You can't bring up anybody as a comparison to us. Bring up a Haitian athlete that compares to Black American athletes. Bring up a Haitian artist that can compare to a Black American artist. Bring up a Haitian, somebody that's done something as far as the collective of people for the global masses, comparative to the people that we have in our lineage that's helped the global masses. The food, the music, the way we dress, the style. You're cosplaying a Black American woman look right now. We are the culture. There's not Black Americans trying to cosplay Haitian music. There's no Black Americans trying to cosplay Haitian culture. We don't eat your food. We don't use your lingo. We don't talk like y'all, dress like y'all, none of that. Y'all come over here and y'all act like us. Kodak Black is not a rapper trying to cosplay, or I'm sorry, he's not a rapper trying to do Haitian music. He's doing rap music. And I like Kodak Black, by the way. I actually like his music a lot. But Kodak Black ain't doing Haitian music. He doing Black American music. We are the culture that everybody on this earth loves to follow and act like. You don't see Black Americans following nobody. Nobody. We don't follow nobody. We got everything that we got it on our own. There is no other community or culture or lineage or group of people that we want to act like or be like as a collective. That's not to say that there's no other people that there's no individuals, right, that will operate in other cultures. But as a collective, Black Americans don't follow nobody, my nigga. We don't eat all food. Where do you see a Black American open up a Haitian store that's selling their food? You don't see that nowhere. We don't do what y'all do. Y'all do what we do, which is why you're in our country, which is why y'all get around and go to places like Florida and DC and New York, and you say nigga, and you listen to rap music, and you wear Jordans and Timbs, and you wear starter jackets and all of that stuff. You try to look like a Black American. Everything about you is trying to look like a Black American. With your flag waving in the air, but in a country that you ain't never been to, or a country that you don't never go to or go back to. Let's keep it 100.
Child, he mad, but rightfully so. Like, even that, period, child, like, even all the slogans, guess where it comes from? From America. Clock it. Like, he told no lies. I agree with him 100. He had me when, like, ain't nobody trying to eat no Haitian food or be like Haitians. Y'all try and be like us. He didn't lie. You come over here, Kodak Black, there's a lot of artists that are into rap. And you know what I mean? They're not American, they're from the Caribbean. Listen, he told no lies. But yes, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one.